How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel, and in this video we are going to be talking about Tesla stock. We're going to talk about exactly why Tesla stock is selling off to the downside. We're going to go over exactly what are some important factors that are fueling the sell-off that we're experiencing right now. And of course, we're also going to talk about exactly why the overall stock market also is going down today. And close to the end of the video, we're going to talk about exactly an important strategy that you can start implementing today to weather out the storm that we're experiencing right now. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to cover all this important information in this video coming up. As you can see right here, we have Tesla stock that is sitting at $886. We're down more than 10%. We're sitting at 11.21% to the downside. So we have a very slow bleed down that we are experiencing right now. So overall, as you can see, even with the pre-market, Tesla stock was sitting at close to $1,000, but there have been multiple headlines that affected not only Tesla stock, but with the overall stock market. So when you look at the important headlines that came out right before the market opened that fueled the overall stock market to sell off at the downside, is that we had news that there is a concern with COVID cases in China, and that can fuel up more lockdowns in China. If there's more lockdown in China, that means we're going to have some issues with supply chains, and that can definitely affect American companies too. So that was the big concern. And also we started getting multiple headlines. As you can see over here, we had also some important headlines that started coming out that fueled the sell-off to happen because of what investors are expecting with Tesla stock. You know, we have Elon Musk that is set and done to buy Twitter, but still investors are very fearful of what could potentially happen with Tesla. Can Elon Musk sell Tesla shares? So the Wall Street Journal reported that Twitter will now account for around a sixth of Elon Musk's net worth, which is intertwined with his Tesla shares, and roughly 60 billion of his Tesla stock, about a third of his holdings, are collateral for bank loans. So Tesla investors are definitely sketched out about it. And also we have Elon Musk, which also needs an additional $21 billion in cash. So we talked about this specific concern that investors might have on our previous video yesterday. But as you can see, the Wall Street Journal also mentioned that this could lead him selling his Tesla shares. As you can see over here, Mr. Musk also needs $21 billion in cash, which can mean selling some of his Tesla stock holdings to close the deal. So this is what Wall Street Journal is reporting. So Tesla investors could potentially be looking at this article, and also other headlines that are coming out, and be concerned about exactly, okay, if Elon Musk starts selling his shares on Tesla, the stock can definitely have a sell-off pressure to go to the downside. So we have another headline also that's been coming out left and right. CNBC reporting that Tesla stock fell more than 11% after Musk's Twitter deal. They also talk about a detailed breakdown of the financing and how Elon Musk is going to potentially close the deal with Twitter. As you can see over here, the decline comes just a day after a Twitter board approved Musk for $44 billion acquisition of the company. Musk has secured $25.5 billion of fully committed debt, including $12.5 billion in loans against his Tesla stock. So also we have the deal also includes $21 billion in equity. So we talked about that. We have several analysts that came out and talked about, okay, that might not be a big issue. You know, Elon Musk might not have to actually sell Tesla shares to get cash. He might get loans. And they talked about that might not be a big concern. So, but right now, as you can see over here, investors are definitely showing their concerns by looking at the price action with Tesla. As you can see, it's down 10.53% as I'm recording this video. We also have mainstream media talking about exactly, okay, how does Elon Musk get the $21 billion in cash?
All right, Ed, let's first start off with the $21 billion question.
Sure.
How does Elon Musk come up with that number?
Yeah, there's certainly options. I mean, now that the board has unanimously accepted the bid, we moved from it being sort of a hostile takeover to a friendly takeover. And one option is that private equity comes in, and we could see potentially names that weren't in the hat before, or maybe Thoma Bravo or Apollo, come back in. The other is the role of Elon Musk's net wealth, right? We joke that he is the world's richest man, but cash poor. He has around $3 billion of cash and cash equivalents. Although a fantastic piece on the Bloomberg today that explains we don't have full visibility into his private wealth, right? Some of his investments in his portfolio might have done better than we know. He could be more cash rich than we know, and so he could front up the cash. But more likely, you look at the role of Tesla stock, not necessarily that he'd sell it down, but it could be collateralized, just as it is in the margin loan portion of the debt financing. He could borrow against those holdings quite comfortably, as he's done for many years, and come up with the cash that way.
Ed, we're going to get earnings in a few days, and I'm curious to come to another number, which is the 54. How do we get there? Are the earnings going to justify that number? I'm really fascinated as to ultimately how we came up with this figure and how we know that that is what Twitter is really worth.
Yeah, I mean, sources tell me that during a town hall last night in San Francisco, Brett Taylor, the company's chairman, stood up and virtually said to all the attendees that the board had carried out their fiduciary duty, that this was the best deal for the company, that it was the best deal for shareholders. $54.20. There's question marks around that, right? You know, the company priced its IPO at around $25 a share. The first day of trading back in October 2013 was $45 a share. If you look at it from that standpoint, you've got compounded annual growth of just 2%. Or in other words, if you bought shares on Twitter's debut trading day back in 2013, you've made $9 a share on your investment, which doesn't seem like much. And a year ago, you know, April to August of 2021, the shares traded between $70, $75 a share. I think the big question is, where was the growth going to come from on the top line? Where was the growth going to come from on the bottom line? Twitter hasn't monetized through advertising as well as the street expected it to or hoped it would.
Also, let me know in the comments section below if you actually bought Tesla stock today, or have you panicked and sold. Let me know in the comments section below. As you can see, the overall stock market has gone down, mainly because of the concern that we talked about at the beginning of the video. We have COVID cases that are rising, and we have big tech earnings coming up right after the market closed today. We have Microsoft that's going to be announcing earnings. As you can see, is down 3.18%. Tesla being down 10%. This is one of the biggest losers when it comes to this stock market. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about what's going on with the overall stock market? Now let's talk about exactly an important strategy that you can start implementing to weather the storm that we're experiencing right now. As you can see, Tesla stock was sitting at $1,000 and eventually it sold off slowly. So if you have at least 100 shares of Tesla stock, you can do a strategy what is called a covered call. So that basically means that you can use your 100 shares as a collateral to sell call options. So that can at least get you some amount of money for you to buy into Tesla or to use the money for anything that you want. So let's go over and look at an example of how you can actually open up a covered call. I'm using the platform Robinhood because it's very easy for me to show you, but you can definitely use it in other platforms. You can definitely use a strategy in any other platforms that you are using. So I'm going to go over and show you how to do this strategy. In order to open a covered call position on Robinhood, all you got to do is go to the options chain and then click on sell. As you can see right here, this is the strike prices available. So these are the call options that we can possibly sell. And this is going to be the amount of money that you can be able to collect. So if you sold the 1,030 call option, you can be able expecting it to make $100, $120, $119, you know, that you can be able to make if you sell it. And if Tesla stock doesn't go to $1,030 by Friday, you can be able to make that amount of money. And for Tesla to go, it has to go up another 10%. So this is going to be a great strategy for you to make, you know, a few $100s if you have at least 100 shares of Tesla. Of course, you can also change the expiration date to, you know, 3 months, 4 months out, and be able to sell, you know, the $1,200 call option to generate some kind of an income. But this is going to be a great strategy for you to use if you are somebody that is looking to take advantage of the sell-off that we're experiencing right now and get some form of an income to either invest it in Tesla or to potentially use the money for other purposes. So let me know in the comments section below, what do you think that Tesla, is it an overreaction that we're seeing right now with Tesla stock? You know, the price prediction that we're expecting for tomorrow is very unpredictable because the deal, it can go either way. It can go up or down. We can bounce back. We have earnings coming up with Microsoft, so it's very hard to tell where the stock price could potentially be going, but investors are definitely fearful, so we might expect more sell-off. But I think if the earnings are definitely good for Microsoft, we might see a bounce tomorrow. So that's going to be a short-term price prediction for Tesla. But let me know in the comments section below, what do you think about all this price action and the sell-off with Elon Twitter deal? So I'd love to hear your opinion. But I catch you guys on another video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell, check out the links in the description box below for free stocks too. Peace out.